We know the sort of event that must have happened for the origin of life.
And what was that?
It was the origin of the first self-replicating molecule.
Right, how did that happen?
It could be that at some earlier time, somewhere in the universe, a civilization designed a form of life that they seeded onto, perhaps this planet.
So the famous Richard Dawkins, the atheist Richard Dawkins, thinks we Christians, biblical creationists, have strange views because we believe what the Bible says about creation in the book of Genesis. I wonder who really does have strange views. You know, it's interesting. Richard Dawkins recognizes that life couldn't arise by chance random processes. He actually says, when we look at biochemistry, we can find a signature that there's design, and you do in DNA. DNA is an information system and a language system.
I suppose it's possible that you might find evidence for that if you look at the details of biochemistry, molecular biology. You might find a signature of some sort of designer, and that designer could well be a higher intelligence from elsewhere in the universe.
Information can't come from matter by itself. Codes, a language system, can't arise from matter by natural processes. Information comes from intelligence, and codes come from an intelligence. And so what he's really saying is we sort of see a signature of design. So how could you explain this? I mean, you know, Christians, we say God created. So he's saying, no, that's weird, that's strange. No, it could be that there were aliens from some other planet that actually designed a form of life and seeded it here on Earth. Now, wait a minute. First of all he's done is shift the problem to another planet. In other words, well, I can't explain how life could have come about on this planet, and there's that signature of design in biochemistry, so let's shift it to another planet. Let's have these aliens that seeded life on Earth. Okay, well, what about those aliens? Where did they come from? And then he says, well, there would have to be a process to explain how those aliens came into existence. Yeah. I mean, you know, you think about it. Where'd those aliens come from? Maybe there was another planet with other aliens that seeded life on that planet, so that those aliens would then come and seed life on this planet. Well, where did those other aliens come from? Well, maybe there's another planet where those aliens then seeded life on a planet, and then aliens from there seeded life on another planet, and aliens from there seeded life on this planet. Well, where did those other aliens way back there come from? Well, maybe there's other aliens. I mean, I think Richard Dawkins would be very happy to believe in eternal aliens, but not an eternal God. And you know, if you think about it, the only thing that makes sense is in the beginning God, an eternal God who's outside of time, who brought everything into existence. We are all created beings. This universe is a created universe. We cannot understand an infinite God. But think about this. Why does matter even exist? Where does it come from? Well, Richard Dawkins admits we don't know. Why is there energy? Where did it come from? Why does anything exist? How do we explain that? I mean, you're going to say there was eternal matter? What about an eternal God? Why would you mock at people believing in an eternal God and you're going to have, what, eternal matter or eternal energy or eternal aliens? Or the only thing that makes sense logically is an eternal God who created all things, who brought things into existence just as the Bible says. Evolution, it's just another false religion. But how do we respond to the claims from a biblical worldview? How do we know that God did not use evolution to create the universe? Well, watch this video to learn more.